Hey everybody, it's Jesse from Life's Journey with Jesse. Back in my last video of the calculating calorie intake, I stated that I would continue on with the ideal meal plans that would go with it. Well, here it is. Now I'm going to make a note here. Before you do any planning of all of this, make sure that you do consult with your medical provider. All right. They would let you know if it is the right choice or you need to pick a different plan for it. So always talk with your medical provider before you make any life changing decisions, such as going diets or at certain exercises or anything. All right. So, the ideal meal plan. Now, I'm going to go first through on how you can track it. All right. As I stated back in the calorie calculation, you could use certain apps. If you have a smartphone like this one, you could use the Lose It app, the Fitbit app if you have the Fitbit watches or trackers. MyFitnessPal is another one. There's a new one called the Noob, Noob, I believe it is. That's a new one tracker as well. Some people have the Weight Watcher tracker or the Tops tracker. Janet Craig, I think, might have one. I don't know. Um, all good things. You can also use a journal to help keep track of your plans and whatnot. I also have the what they call food exchange cards, which actually keep track on how many of your trees and stuff will be from the food pyramid can be used, such as your dairy products, your fruits and vegetables, proteins, starches. So your fats and your free stuff like coffee, tea, stuff like that. Um, you could easily make these cards, which I think is more ideal because the plans I have would state how many of each from the food pyramid that you could use during your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and your snack. So the best way to make these, now these came in my tops chapter, was handed out to us for us to help keep it track when we did the food exchange reviews. It also came with this lovely little holder and all. And the best way I found out to actually, you can actually make these by getting the index cards, and you just write down the name of the food item, and you just put it off on the side. When you get to that food, you just move your card over into another sleeve. You could use a envelope in your planner, one for used, one for unused. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's how you can make these. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, as a reference note, all this information I also took from the my 1 day Ready Set Go guide for healthy living. It's from Tops itself. I have one here on me. Right here it is. And it's on pages 12 and 21. And it shows the ideals, meal plans, what you could use and follow. My thought is it's just do what you think is natural and just pick whatever you want, okay? So let's go ahead and get going through each of these. I'll tell you the calorie intake count along how many carbs go with these. Now, here's also a side note. Your free carbs, there's 3. You use 3 each day. So, say you pick one for like during breakfast, one during lunch, and another during supper. So, there you go. That's your free stuff. So, other than that, follow what is given. So let's go ahead and get started. Where you got the 1200 calorie intake, which consists of 23 food exchange cards. For breakfast, you have 1 starch, 1 fruit, 1 milk, 1 protein, and 1 fat. Okay. For lunch, it is 1 starch, 1 fruit, 1 non-starchy vegetable, 2 proteins, and 1 fat. Now, what I mean by non-starchy vegetables, like broccoli, lettuce, spinach, stuff like that. What they consider starchy is like your potatoes. That's more in your starches. Corn and peas, believe it or not, are also considered starches because they do not have all of the enough nutrients to consider as a true vegetable. So they are starchy. So anything but potatoes, corn, and peas will work. Okay. Next is supper. 2 starches, 1 non-starchy vegetable, 2 proteins, and 2 fats. And then for your snack, 1 fruit, 1 milk. Okay. Next is the 1500 calorie intake. 29 food exchange cards are with this. All right. For breakfast, 2 starches, 1 fruit, 1 milk, 1 protein, and 1 fat. All right. For lunch, 1 starch, 1 fruit, 2 non-starchy vegetables, 2 proteins, 2 fats. Supper, 2 starches, 2 non-starchy vegetables, 2 proteins, 2 fats. And for a snack, 1 starch, 2 fruit, 1 milk. Okay? All right. Next one is the 1800 calorie intake, 34 carbs you'll be needing. For breakfast, 2 starches, 1 fruit, 1 milk, 1 protein, and 1 fat. Lunch, 2 starches, 2 fruits, 1 non-starchy vegetable, 2 proteins, 2 fats. Supper, all of this is 2s, just to make it quick. 2 starches, 2 non-starchy vegetables, 2 proteins, and 2 fats. And for your snack, and remember, here's also another key thing. Spread out your snacks. Have it between breakfast, lunch, between lunch and dinner, okay? Your snacks, 2 starches, 2 fruits, 1 milk, 1 non-starchy vegetable, and 2 fats. Okay, see what I mean about spreading them out? You get, your calorie intake gets grander, it's when you need to spread out more, okay? Next is the 2000 calorie intake. Breakfast is 2 starches, 1 fruit, 1 milk, 1 protein, 1 fat. Lunch, 3 starches, 2 fruits, 1 non-starchy vegetable, 2 proteins, 2 fats. Supper is 3 starches, 2 non-starchy vegetables, 3 proteins, and 2 fats. And for your snack, 2 starches, 2 fruits, 1 milk, 1 non-starchy vegetable, and 2 fats. And finally is the 2200 calorie intake, 41 carbs. It's 2 starches, 1 fruit, 1 milk, 1 protein, 2 fats. Your lunch is 3 starches, 2 fruits, 2 non-starchy vegetables, 2 proteins, and 2 fats. For supper is 3 starches, 3 non-starchy vegetables, 3 proteins, 2 fats. And for your snack, 3 starches, 2 fruits, 1 milk, 1 non-starchy vegetable, and 2 fats. All right. And as I say again, you are allowed to have 3 free food exchanges for like coffee, teas, soda. That's if you drink that, fruit juice, stuff like that. And if you're questioning about protein, what I mean by proteins, that's your main meats, like red meats mostly, chicken, fish, peanuts, usually beans, stuff like that. All right. Now, also remember, consult with your doctor as a reminder to go over all of this before you make any final decisions. So, so that you don't have to you can replay and to get all of the right numbers. I will be posting all the information down below. Also, check out my blog site because it will have it there with all the extra information. And so, if you have any questions, concerns, or just want to let me know what else I can share, just comment below. And I hope you all have a good day. Take care.